Morning everybody in the internet world, hope you're all well. Mowerboy here. Just a quick one, they're always quick aren't they really, just a quick one saying please like and subscribe and tick or whatever you do to just say thanks. I am going to this morning just show you how I basically do an Atco Balmoral or a Suffolk Punch service and mini refurb, and using basically, so I basically have a stock now of various parts, and when I get them in, when I get a model in, I basically just get all the parts ready, whip off the parts from the mower that I've just taken in, get them all ready, pull the pull cord to check it, and it's off it goes ready for sale. So there's a bit of a process to go through, but I'm going to show you. So this here, excuse my fingers, this here is the mower in question. And I'm gonna, best I can, show you how I do it. Now I haven't got a stand for my camera, so I'm gonna sort of have to improvise a little bit, but I'm gonna leave it down and let's see what happens. Okay, so here we are. I'm on my sophisticated stool, and there we have it. So first things first, 10mm socket, and take off with Balmorals. You need to make sure you keep this with the screws. So here you go. Just takes a little bit of doing. Old pull cord. Take the air filter cover off. These things are a bit of a pickle. There we go. That's that. There's a pre-filter here. Right. A bit drops off there. I tend to just dust off. These last for a long time. Put back in. Filter. Actually, that's not a bad one. That's not a bad one. Could reuse that on another model. But for the meantime, this here, this cover, just comes out with the same 10mm and they're the same nuts as well. So they're going to pop in there. This is going to come off. Cover's going to come off, and then you've got the carb. So there's two things to unhook at the top of the carb, which is the spring and the governor arm, and they're both in the same hole, which is incorrect. I'll just show you in a sec when I've managed to extract them. They shouldn't. It makes it really hard if they're both in the same hole. Okay, turn the fuel off. So up at 1:45 the hour. Carb there now ready. A pair of long nose pliers. Take back, if you can. Take that back. That off, and as usual, that always sticks on there. But the holes, the main governor arm goes in there, and there's a slit which the spring goes in. Make sure they're separated, but as you can see, that carb is dirty. I don't know what it's like inside, but what I do is I just put a new carb on, well, not a new one, a newly refurbished one. So take off the gaskets as carefully as you can, because they're going to get reused. Put that gasket back on there. Like that. So that's all ready for the new carb. Before I get any further, I'll take the top cover off, if it will come. This is the exhaust cover and Phillips screwdriver. So you'll see That one is all pitted, not pitted, yeah, pitted and just ready for a sanding and a spray. So here's one I did earlier that it's nice and looks nice and new now. That'll go in a sec. And filter. Okay, changing the plug. It's a 20. Well, this is 21mm, but I actually use an old 13/16. So I need to take the plug off. So take that off, flash it in there, out. BR6HS, and BR6HS there. Start it off by hand, don't want to mess the threads up. Okay, that's going in, look at the thing. Yeah. And that. Nice clean carby. Been through the ultrasonic, been through the WD-40 spray. There's a gasket on there. So what I tend to do is just add this fuel line, whilst it did come off a bit from into the other carb. There's still enough there to play with. They're usually quite long. So I'm just going to nip that on. Nice and tidy. Slip it on. Governor arm first into the hole, spring into the slit, and then pushing it on. That's nice. On with the gasket. I reuse gaskets, they're not a big deal for me. That's cool. Then this cover goes on. Make sure that this plastic pipe, rubber pipe is also on. The Nike tick goes up to the left like that. These two nuts back on. Back on with the 10mm. Okay, so we've got a nice carb on there, so just probably best always checking the sort of fuel bowl, because E10 is used. It's always worth a look. The fuel is switched off at the minute, so I just clockwise turn to unloosen. So it's one of those you have to be careful with. Drops out. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is full of gunk. Oh my goodness. Right. That is incredible. Let's see if I can get that. So here what we've got, I'll just put that on one side. The gunk that has just come out here, that's all E10. That's all E10 gunk. So if we hadn't done that, that would have been just restricting the fuel bowl, causing a major problem. So now I'll just give it a quick wipe through. Get everything good and out. And back on with that. Anti-clockwise, putting it on. Just snug. And then, I don't know whether there's any fuel in here or not, but put that down. Let the fuel bowl fill up and that will start moving up to the carb. So, once you've done that, we can get the air filter on. Pop it in there, so it's nicely housed. Just clear a bit of old grass out of there. back underneath. Make sure you clip it underneath or it will just flap open at the bottom. Close it together and then that screws back on there. So that's it, and then final piece, newly threaded cord. That goes snugly on there, and then we've got to be careful. So we've got different types of screws here. This one is the one on the right. This type with a flat bottom to it, and then there's some that are pressed out slightly, which are going to hold this. So the small bit is at the top, and the longer bit goes down to the bottom. So that goes on there. You've got to make sure that the pull cord bit is the right side. So I will literally just introduce that on there before tightening it in a sec. Same at the bottom. Can be a bit fiddly. That one's happy. I didn't feel that one was happy actually. Let's get it back. Don't want to mess the thing up. Right, okay. So tighten, yep. Okay, so last thing I'll do, steel zinc roller. I took it off a couple of days ago. Here it is. Undo the screws either end. This can be a fiddly job to get on, and you need a 13mm socket. Get in first. Okay. So, one of these two, yeah, that's the one. 13mm, tighten both sides. Okay, so now we got my moral tip. So what I haven't done with this one is the blades. So the blades I would probably have a separate set ready to just drop in on a new cassette. The person who's buying this has asked for those original blades just to keep the cost down. I'm just going to sharpen those at another date. But this engine now should be ready to start providing this petrol in it. Oh, hang on, sorry. And I haven't done the cover, so this cover is just going to go back on. I've got two new screws. Phillips. Pop those on. Just so they're snug. Right, moment of truth. Got to tread on everything. Put them back into one of those side pockets. Just another quick tip before I start it up. WD-40. These blue rolls. Look at that. That looks like new. That now looks like new. WD-40 on the plastic. Gets all the dirt off. I'll do the whole mower in a minute, but I just want to show you. Unbelievable shine. Just changes. I mean, that is in brand new condition. Never seen one that immaculate. Great. You better start, my friend, ain't you? You better start. So, choke on, engine on, rabbit on. So there you go. That is a Mowerboy 15-minute refurb. Change the carb, change the pull cord, change the air filter, change the spark plug, haven't done the oil, and change the exhaust cover. So that's a sort of easy way of getting these things right up to speed. So every autumn you could do that with your own mower, and it's not a big job. Love you all, and thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe again. Thank you.